What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the PlayStation Plus podcast, episode 14. With me today, we got Mad Max Movies, Zod Rider, and Saggy Melons. No Isaac. There's no Isaac.
No, but he's a regular though.
Yeah.
And I think Saggy. If you like Saggy Melons, and you smash the, or if you like any melons, smash the hell out of the like button.
Well, that's generalizing.
Yeah,
you like any melons.
Yeah, Saggy Melons has been adding is a great addition to the podcast. We appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And if you haven't subscribed to her yet, go on. She's finally made that leap to affiliate on Twitch. Congratulations. And Matt, are you there yet too? Or?
Nope, not there yet. But we're getting there.
I didn't know that. I forgot.
It's that average viewer mark, man. I just can't get it.
Yeah, that's tough. That's the
I have
toughest
so many followers,
one.
but no freaking views.
Yeah, that's the toughest one to get. That was hard for me. I was really surprised I got it.
All right, we need to get Matt there.
We'll get him there.
Okay.
Hello, lads. What's up, Anna?
Hey.
What is going on?
We need some of your crew on this show sometime, Matt.
Gosh, I'm trying. I'll try for next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got people. It's just they're always working, or it's just schedules don't line up perfectly. That's why I always game late at night because that's when everybody's available.
So I'm excited about the main topic, but won't last long. I threw some pictures in because I listen. After what happened to my channel, I can't chance copyrighted material anymore, even without music.
Yeah, so we're taking risks on this channel.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I'm just playing.
But I'm real excited. Zod, did you see the pictures from KOF 15 yet?
Yes, I did. It looks really interesting.
All right, next topic.
Hey, listen. I've been entrenched in playing classic MVSX games, man. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
But this is the future. I mean, if you're a fan of the past, are you going to support the future?
Absolutely.
SNK. Listen, this is their most chance of success because other fighting games, and this might be another topic, is are you bored with next gen? Like people don't even don't even have next gen on here. I do, but I'm like, I want something else. There's nothing there. Like I keep talking about the same game, Second Extinction, and that Ubisoft game where there's Riders Republic.
You're waiting for it to come on Xbox, Second Extinction, right?
Yeah, because it's on PC now, but I'm not doing the PC.
Yeah.
Saggy said that she's playing a game that's next gen compatible as Miles Morales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brother. Let's get into it.
Brother. Let's talk about Miles Morales. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Goodness, Miles Morales. I love the game. It's very similar to the previous installment, the Spider-Man. Has the same elements, same map, same. They did change Peter Parker's design. I was told they did that to make him look more like Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yes, that was something we had discussed back when they put out the first images of the Switch, which I kind of got offended because I thought the Peter Parker that they had looked fine. I don't understand why they needed to make him look like Tom
or if you want to have it to where you change Peter Parker, have it to where we have Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, just other
right. You could choose what iteration you want him to be. That would have been smart.
Yeah. I mean, he looked it's like weird. Like when I first saw it, I was confused because I was like, wait, what time place did this take? Did this take place after the events of the first game? And it did. So why change it? And he did look like a little bit like Tom Holland, but not really. One of the characters in there, one of the bad guys, the main villains, looks literally like Topher Grace, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, wow, why did they brought Topher Grace into this? And I was like, oh wait, it's not actually Topher. But I love the game. It's great. The mechanics are nice. The only thing, I think I was talking with you guys a bit about it in the back, but the only thing I didn't like about it, I know Matt's got the smile because he knows I'm going to say it. I don't like how they have to incorporate hip hop music because Miles Morales is African American descent. Well, he's African American and he's Latino. Because his mom is Latina and his dad is African American. But I feel like there was unnecessary, like the soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack for the last game was normal, heroic sounding, and little things just like with Peter Parker, using the web slingers going through the city, you get this heroic soundtrack that plays when you're in that motion, right? And then when you stop moving, the music stops. But like with Miles, it was like as soon as you start ziplining, you go into the air, you just boom, 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 and I'm like, why? It's like we get it.
Do you feel that it went past the line of representation of his own culture and his likes into offensive stereotype?
I feel like that's what it is. I mean, they do it a lot in a lot of things. Like, for instance, one of the reasons why I didn't like Luke Cage, the TV show.
Oh, I love that show.
I like the show, but I felt like it was way too much pushed of like, these are black people. We need to make sure that we show that these are black people. They have to listen to rap music. But listen,
on a counterpoint, I'm going to argue with you, Saggy. I've heard this. I'm also white-splaining, like I'm a white guy explaining what I've heard other arguments are, is that when there is representation, that it's whiteifying minority characters when you don't show the actual culture in what they're into and the clothing styles, the music, and all that. So that's the counterpoint that I've heard. I'm explaining someone else's opinion.
Max, you could do that without having to beat the viewer or the player of the game over the head with it. There's ways you can incorporate culture and music into things without making it so prominent to where it's.
But isn't it your opinion?
It's definitely. I mean, it's like.
But the Into the Spider-Verse movie was very representing that type of style of music and hip hop and all that, and the culture. So don't you think they're just going off the success of that? Like, would there even exist this game without the success of the Into the Spider-Verse movie? I don't know.
I mean, I will say Into the Spider-Verse movie is probably the only reason why we even got the Miles Morales game. And they do have a lot of elements, little Easter eggs from that story arc that's in there. But also you have to remember, Miles Morales isn't just African American; he's also Latino. Yes. And they do have parts in the game where he's walking around, his neighborhood. They have a little festival. They have salsa music playing. That's fine. Okay. But like every time he's like in a fight or like there's it's always like hip hop, and I'm like, I get it. But it's not always the right. Like, you don't have to kill it with the hip hop. Like, not all African people like.
So in other words, as a superhero, why can't he have the epic superhero music like Peter Parker? I get what you're saying.
Right. Like, why can't his music? Like, don't get me wrong. I love the musical score in both games. I like the music. It gets you bumping. I was jamming a little bit, but at the same time, it's like he is a hero. Why can't he get that superhero like powerful sound that Peter Parker gets? Why does it have to incorporate hip hop to let us know, he is black?
Why can't it be different though? Why does it have to be just generic?
I mean, I wouldn't put it just all on Sony for doing this. It might have been just because of the success of the movie, Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, I think you'd have to blame those people for like first of all.
Also, I think it's to try to really differentiate it from the last game, which is basically. And I don't mean to say this, and don't take this the wrong way. A reskinned game. It's like an expansion pack, really, to make it not seem like an expansion game. To make it seem different, using other things that they could do in their budget. Let's really switch up the music and stuff, because you're playing the same game with new moves, a new suit, a new character. But it's really. Well, I mean, that's what I've heard. I haven't played it myself. Do you feel it's a full new game, or do you see the expansion type of, it's...
Well, so one of the things I noticed when I was playing this game, and how it's different from the first one, is that Miles Morales is young. He's a new type of Spider-Man. He's still learning. And you see this while you're doing things like web slinging. The way Spider-Man web slings seems more fluent. His movements are more like he's been doing it for a while. But with Miles, when you first play, you see him flail a little bit when he's flying after he does his little zip and he lets go to do another web sling. You see his movements like he's still kind of like a baby just getting their legs. You feel that it feels different because you're not playing the same Spider-Man, and you get that feeling. That's why I feel like, yes, the soundtrack could have been better because it doesn't have to be so like one way, like, oh, it's hip hop, so it's because we're playing as an African American kid, Spider-Man. But his movements alone, the way he moves, the way he fights, it is different than Peter Parker's fighting style, Peter Parker's web slinging. He has new powers that Peter
and it
Parker
definitely should be. It definitely should
Right.
be, because there should always be a differential in characters, and that's a good thing. That's one thing I can give them credit for, because you definitely want to see different movements. You want to see the character. You want to know that you're not just playing as a reskinned Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it did. I think they did that successfully. But when I go back to the hip hop thing, it got so to the point when normally I wouldn't complain about these things, but it like got to the point where I felt like it was being pushed so hard that they even have a quest in the game where you have a moment with your uncle, and he talks about how Miles makes music, that's fine, but me and your dad, we were going to make a beat. So one of the missions you have to do as Spider-Man is you have to go around the city and record sounds from the city to put together a beat, so you can get, I guess, the story of what happened between his father and the uncle. But it's just like weird because it's like,
that sounds interesting to me.
I mean, it's interesting, but it's like, but why do we have to go around the city to, like, this is 2021. We can just, computerize it, but we have to go get sounds from the street as Spider-Man because, like, that's what Spider-Man's gonna do while saving the city. Is I need to get this mix.
You don't think that might resonate with some that are looking for representation that don't consider it pandering, though? Like that really, music is life. In a way to speak out against their, culture.
Listen, I think having a black or African American or any type of ethnic Spider-Man is a representation enough where you don't have to do too much to kind of show like this is a African American Latino character. We get it. He speaks Spanish to his mother. That you can see some of the culture, but I feel like, why can't he just be a hero? Why can't he just be another hero?
All right, that's cool. I see your point. I guess it's, unless you experience it for yourself, you have to determine if you think it's like, hey Zeno, hey pal, saying that it's if it's pandering or representation, which is that is the debate on a lot of geek culture talk and gaming and movies and entertainment. Is it pandering or is it representation, and how does it make you feel? And it's different for
because like when you compare it to a character like Black Panther, that's like that's different. That's like that's a cultural thing. Like with this person, it should be just like that should just be like any other character. It should be kind of like, just like Spider-Man. It shouldn't be any different. You shouldn't have anything kind of like stereotypical. It should be like, just cool things. I mean, like the whole like going around getting beats for or recording beats. I mean, I didn't really touch the game that much. I touched it once. I didn't even notice the music, but the whole beats thing, that's stretching it a little too far. Like that's so unnecessary. I never knew that they did that.
Right, because it's like one of the things is
have him do heroic things. What is going around the city getting beats accomplishing for him as Spider-Man? I mean, they could just have that backstory between his father and his uncle. They could have that backstory without putting it out there like that, making it a mission for Spider-Man. I don't.
Well, see, with the last Spider-Man, so they have similar missions, like from the last game. Like they have a mission that's similar to the last game exactly, which is you have to go around the city and find this guy's pigeons. He has pet pigeons. You got to go around the city and find them. Miles also has that same type of mission. So with Spider-Man going around collecting beats for a song, reminds me of the quest in Peter Parker's game where you had to go around the city to take pictures, which makes sense because Peter Parker is a photographer. So that makes sense that one of his missions is to, find certain locations, find the building exactly that you need to take a picture of to get your quest. So I feel like it's a
reused quest with a different mechanic.
Right, with a different mechanic. And it's like, we get it that Miles wants, he makes music, but it's like, it just was like.
So that is part of his character. He makes music.
Yeah, it's part of his character that makes. Yeah, well, I don't know if I did watch Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know if they talked about that. Yeah. Him making music. I think maybe his uncle might have mentioned it, but I don't know really. Like I said, the point of like having it, it's just weird for me. It's just very off-putting for me and weird. But the game itself is. I'll still play it. I love the game. I recommend it. It was just that was my one thing I had an issue with it.
Did you stream this?
I did stream it.
Oh. Was your reaction there or no?
Yeah,
like, did
yeah.
You I gotta see that.
The first thing I said when I started streaming it, and I started to hear the music, is like I was dancing to it, but then it hit me. I was like, are they only doing the hip hop because he's black? Because like I'm down, but it's like, why do we always have to do this when it's about a black character where we have to like black people like rock. Some I listen to Linkin Park, Metallica. Like I like rock, I like hip hop, but I also like other music. You can't just why can't you throw some rock in there or some other musical scores? It shouldn't just be hip hop and rap because that's like the stereotypical thing that people expect to hear when they see a black person on screen. Like, oh, we got to throw some hip hop and rap in there. Like
it's basically overemphasis on that, and they want to again differentiate it from the previous game in such a dynamic way that you basically will have no conflict about whether or not it's the same game or not, just reskinned. I think that's what it is. I think it's like they went over and beyond to make sure that, hey, you're getting a different game here.
Right. And hey, for all we know, maybe Peter Parker likes some Tupac and some NWA. Right. Like, you don't know. Like, maybe Peter Parker's jamming to some rap. But it's just funny how that was like one thing that I was like, why? Like, even with the web slinging, that's what we're doing with web slinging. We're just gonna, jam out to some hip hop while we're swinging the streets. Like, that's just weird.
Web slinging them streets. Yes,
right.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, to me, just as a gamer, I like the idea if it fits his character to do that. I just don't like side quests altogether. I just like to go with the main story. So if it adds to his character, I'm for it. I just as the actual mechanic and playing through the game, I get annoyed with all these side quests personally. But I understand your points there.
Yeah, I mean,
some of the side quests are just lame in general. Like with Peter Parker in the first game, going around getting backpacks.
So it's similar then. It's similar.
See, like some of the quests in these games, they'll unlock certain things, like certain outfits.
Is music as much to Miles Morales as photography is to Peter Parker? Like taking photos in the first.
I mean,
that's an interesting point.
It's not his job. I mean, Peter Parker in the other game. He was like an adult, so he wasn't like. It was his job and like his way of like explaining, I'm going to take pictures of myself and sell those. But with Miles, I think it's just a hobby for him. It could be something he would pursue maybe in adulthood, but right now he's still a kid and he's still learning how to be a hero and balance his hero life and his personal life. And I haven't gotten that far into the quest, but I think with this quest, the only thing I would say is it does seem like once you collect all of the beats and you make this song, his uncle said, once you put together this music, you'll get the story of how me and your dad kind of fell off. And that would be like more of a motive for me to want to try to like get that story. And the only reason why I want to do that quest is to find out, what was the story, the history between why your uncle and your dad kind of stopped being close. So,
that's interesting then.
Yeah.
To fill in his backstory, so it's important in an interesting way. To me, it sounds interesting the way they did it. I don't know.
I mean, I guess so, but
Zeno's there talking about his underoos and knee pads.
Yeah, he had some very cringy costumes, and I'm just like, I can't wait to get out of this.
Oh,
Yeah, some of
really?
them they looked really, really bad. It wasn't as great as the
Well,
first
it's
game.
to show that he's not a seasoned, well-known Spider-Man yet. He has to earn his way up to that position where he's going to have a great suit and be able to. I mean, it's just a progression. It's an origin, essentially, right?
I mean,
Well-
yeah.
Well, I mean, these are other suits from other comics.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know, like, the variations that they have are just not that great. My favorite one is still from the Spider-Verse movie. I still love it how, like, even the frames per second are kind of slowed down for it. It's really cool.
Right. The weird thing about it is, one part I'm trying to understand is, Into the Spider-Verse worked because, Miles became Spider-Man because Peter Parker wasn't around, and in this game, Peter Parker is well alive and good, and they share the same world. So he's not going to call himself Miles Morales Spider-Man. You know, he's Spider-Man, and then you have the other Spider-Man. So you have two Spider-Mans.
Do you think they're going to kill off Peter Parker for this at some point?
Well, the story of why Miles is currently Spider-Man is, Peter Parker had to go on a vacation with Mary Jane to do something in another country. So he's out of town right now. So he left the city to Miles. But
Yeah.
Peter Parker, again, he's alive and well. And I think it's like more of a Peter Parker's not going to die. I think it's more of like a passing of the torch. But it's still weird having them still in the same universe, and they still are considered. You hear J. Jonah Jameson on the thing saying, "Oh, this new Spider-Man," but the old Spider-Man's still there. And then, you know, you have the characters when you're fighting the enemies, they'll say, "Oh, you're the fake Spider-Man. You're not the real guy." And it's like they know Peter.
Yeah, they need to off Peter Parker so that Miles Morales can legitimately take the mantle. You can't have two of them in the same universe, in the same continuity. That's ridiculous.
Right. And that's why Into the Spider-Verse worked, because even in Miles' universe, the Spider-Man in his world, you know, was gone. So he can take that spot, but having two like Spider-Mans alive, well, and working together and calling them both Spider-Man, it's like confusing as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if
I
they
agree.
execute on it, I understand it could be a mess of a story.
It's ridiculous. It really is. It
don't-
really is ridiculous. I
execute
love
it
how they
well.
did it in the Ultimates comics, where they killed off Peter Parker. Peter Parker died in a very heroic way.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say horrific.
And the passing, and essentially the passing of the torch made sense, and it basically legitimized Miles Morales and put him in a position where he would be accepted as Spider-Man, not the new Spider-Man, not the other Spider-Man, not the imposter. So it's, you know, to me, you know, that's as bad as that old Spider-Man storyline from the 90s where they had all those clone Spider-Men.
Right.
Which to me makes no sense. So I think, for the sake of the video game and to make it better, I think they should kill off Peter Parker to allow Miles Morales to flourish.
Right. But I mean, he's on vacation, so that's
But they want to. Well, I think that's also part of the video game world. They want to be able to sell Spider-Man 2 and have two franchises for games, like alternate.
Or, you know what? My thing. How about why not retire? Why not retire Peter Parker? Peter Parker goes off on vacation with Mary Jane. He decides he wants to have a family, and he doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore. That could be a good story too. Then you don't have to kill him.
My opinion is cost effective to use two. In a lot of video game companies, they alternate one team the next. You're making the Miles Morales game, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. That's my opinion as to why they would do it, even though it may not benefit the story a lot. It definitely benefits.
Right. It's not about story. It's about keeping two active franchises and allowing for those fan bases to get split down the middle and have something for everybody. I see what they're doing there. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it'd be one thing if it's weird because having Peter Parker being alive and well, it it's weird how they're doing it because obviously Miles is still young. He leaves the city after Miles did a really big oopsie doodles in the beginning of the game at the start of the story. He messed up, and Peter was like, it's okay, it happens. I mean, it was a big oopsie doodles, but then Peter's like, okay, well, this kid made a big oopsies. Maybe it's not a good time for me to go on vacation right now and leave him the city. And then he called Miles during when the start of the story with the conflict happened. And Miles kind of tells him briefly, like, oh yeah, we're just, buildings are blowing up in the city. So, shit's going down. Well, Miles, do you need me to come back? I'll be on the next flight out. No, I'm good. And it's like, Miles could easily just call Peter Parker for advice, but with Peter Parker being alive, that kind of takes away from his character growth for me. Like, the way they're trying to do it is explain that he's young and new and trying to do this on his own, but he still has Peter Parker to be there for him. So it's really weird. I mean, I love the game so far. I haven't finished it. It is still good. I'm still enjoying it, but there are a lot of things right now I'm noticing that I'm, like, hoping towards the end of it explains all these issues I have right now.
And you're playing on the PS4, and the performance is solid and no problems, or?
Yeah, it feels just like the last game did. It's not buggy, glitchy. Although I did have a moment where, if you watch my stream, I think it might be the first stream I did. There was a mission I did where I saved an EMT. Or I've saved his car. I found the EMT's car. It was stolen. I found the car. He got back in it. He's like, oh, I just did a 12-hour shift. I'm exhausted. Thank you for getting my car back, Spider-Man. And then the EMT gets in the car and immediately runs over a civilian. And the civilian is stuck under the car. So I was following the car while the EMT is dragging a dead body around the city.
Wow.
So that was the first glitch of the game I saw.
Now, are you on camera as a fox during this stream, or are you just streaming over the...
She could be.
No, I'm gonna be doing a face cam soon. It's just I want to set up my room so it looks kind of decent. But I couldn't do a game.
I don't know. I think you should call yourself Star Fox. To be honest, I mean,
I've heard that when they say a fox, like you should be Star Fox
because you look like that, and then you can make your background, like a spacey sci-fi type background. That would be awesome.
If I could see good in that mask with my glasses, because I wear glasses normally, and my glasses.
Mask life is a hard life.
Yeah, my glasses.
I wear glasses normally too. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can't see for crap. Well, without my glasses.
Like you're sleeping. Your eyes are shut.
You could just be stoned.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Just need more coffee.
Look at my pretty blues. Wait, are those blue eyes? I can't tell. Oh my god, you do have blue eyes. Lucky. Freaking lucky.
I can see him smiling in the
Yeah. The funny thing is, I do a lot of mad takes on the internet, but I'm usually smiling underneath. Like, if people saw my actual face, I'd be smiling all the time, laughing. Even when I'm mad.
Well, I mean, you have a great gimmick going, Max. So, yeah, you should be smiling underneath.
I wasn't smiling last night. I had a
listen. Last night was a fantastic conversation. So hey,
go check it out. Zeno will tell you about it.
Zeno loved it. That was his favorite stream ever.
He's like, what the F is this? He said, "I'm out." He said, "I'm out. I'm out."
I can't do political streams. I try to watch it.
No. I don't want anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. No.
I sit there and watch it. And I'm like, I want to support you, but I don't know what you're talking about. But I'll just be here in the background lurking.
Anything else you got? Anything else you've been playing, Saggy or Mad or Zod?
I've been playing classic Neo Geo. I have to admit, I love Neo Geo. As Matt pointed out last week, a lot of us, we're these old timers who love all these classic games.
Again, because because of Zod, we just like, okay, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
So what do you think of these graphics for a fighting game?
It's impressive.
I mean, it's got that fan service there on the left,
and that's one thing that's one thing that we can be thankful for, Max, as SNK Neo Geo fans. Moving forward,
you don't understand. She was one of that character on the left was one of the characters that had bounce.
She had yeah.
Gamers.
She
Yeah,
has,
so
and when
it's
you
an
play her
icon.
old games, when you play her
You look
old
at 'em,
games,
Look,
her
they're bouncing.
boobs are not saggy in any way, shape, or form, and they are bouncy.
Do you know what's hilarious? Talking about jiggle mechanics in gaming. I don't know if you guys know the game Overwatch, but there are a lot of women in that game that are very beautiful women. They don't really show off their goods, but the only character in that game that has jiggle mechanics for them is a male character known as Roadhog, and he actually has jiggle mechanics to
Well, I mean,
his
yeah,
bouncy boob.
I might need some of those. Ugh.
Yeah. It's
I got.
amazing.
I was supposed to go hardcore in 2021. I'm gonna start exercising. I'm
10 days in.
my wife is still waiting. I'm like, oh, okay. I have to. I have to though.
I love jiggle mechanics. They're the most funniest things ever. I love them in the games where you can like adjust. What game was it? I think it was Dead or Alive when you could adjust the jiggle mechanics on the
What?
girls. Yeah,
God.
you can
Cooper,
adjust how
99
much.
years old.
Yeah, you can.
You can have
adjust.
baggies.
Yes, you can adjust how much they jiggle. It's so crazy.
I mean, that's gaming to me.
Yeah, that's next year.
I'm not just saying just the jiggles. I'm saying like water effects, destruction.
Well, Mai should get her own game, and they should just call it Jiggle Mechanics.
Yeah,
They should. That would sell. Actually, that's the crazy part.
she's in Dead or Alive you have to buy her as a bonus character.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Dead or Alive is all about fan service.
Yeah, I have that series.
It's a good series.
No, the fighting's legit though in it too. I like that. I just read it for the articles. I just get it for the gameplay.
Just for the gameplay. Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, that's why the series has lasted so long. The gameplay is on par with Virtual Fighter. It's that good.
Listen, playing those classic King of Fighters games on the MVSX with the scan lines and seeing the jiggle mechanics and all that, it's so nostalgic and fun. I mean, I have to be honest, it blows away anything that we're getting in terms of modern, next gen type stuff.
Well,
I just can't.
Sprites in animation.
Yes.
Yeah. I get that. That's my jam too. I was all about 3D in the late 90s, and I've slowly gone back to I love 2D sprites.
I never was though. That's the thing. There's been a few games that I could rock in terms of the 3D, but when it comes down to it, to me, I was always more impressed by sprites and animation. And I guess that's just because for games, I don't know, that classic element.
Yeah, I'm not into fighting games, but I do feel like, because I've heard of all the fighting games, I used to play them. I'm just not good at them. That's why I don't like them.
You don't button mash?
I do button mash, but it's like,
Well, that's what Neo Geo is about, though. The fighting games, the mechanics for the fighting games are all about button mashing, and that's why they're so much fun to play. It's that classic arcade feel that you just don't get with the games that come out now.
Yeah, let me tell you how nasty some of you fighter game players are, right? So I had a friend who worked at a retail store, and he ended up kind of getting me a game before he was supposed to. I think it was the newest Street Fighter game, not the one that just came out, the one before that.
Street Fighter 4?
Yeah. And he got it from me before it was released. So I had it before anyone else, before most people did. So I got on the game. I was excited to play because I liked Street Fighter. I was pretty decent at that because I'm, button masher. So button masher on Street Fighter was okay with me. I get on the game and there was actually people on it. And I'm thinking these are beta testers, right? Mostly beta testers are people who are in Japan. Man, I got on there. my ass was whooped immediately. Like, perfect. I'm like, I'm done. I was like, you can take this right back. I don't even want to play this game. Like, people are nasty at fighting games. I could be button mashing all day. I'm not hitting nobody.
Yeah, I hate playing it online, but I love playing it with friends. It's so much fun.
Playing these games with friends is the best thing ever. Like
online,
I mean, you just have a great time. I can't tell you, I love, like, with the Neo Geo MVSX, I've been playing with my nephew, and when he comes over and we play, it is so much fun. It gives me all that nostalgia for the old arcade days. It's incredible.
Well, I recorded it. I just didn't make it public yet. Playing King of Fighters 13 when it was released on Xbox Live Gold. I actually was like, can I find someone online? How is the community online for this game? I found one person. I didn't realize it was going to be the same person each time. And I was so happy I won. That's not going to be my thumb. It's going to be clickbait. I won one round. That's all. I was like, can I win a round? Can I win a round? I got my ass kicked.
My favorite thing to do with these kinds of fighting games has always been to learn how to play and to be as great as you can without any special moves, so that when you finally learn special moves and stuff, you've already mastered the game on a level where you could win just with regular fighting mechanics. So that's what I've always tried. That's what I've always prided myself on doing when it comes to these games.
That's probably my problem. I like to do different moves and learn the moves, and then people just know the combo that works and gets you in the juggle.
Yeah, once you get that cycle down, it's just it's downhill.
And they just do that juggle constantly. Yeah, and then they'll throw in a super move here and there, but it's really about chipping away. Like if you want to have dynamic gameplay and you want to do all kinds of different moves and stuff, it's a lot, not everyone, but a lot focused on just that combo that gets you in the juggle and you can't recover, and then it just chip away at the life bar. And that's what happened to me all the time. I couldn't. I also think I'm slower. I talk slow. I think slow. I'm not a stupid guy, but I'm a little more methodical. So it messes. You can't think. You gotta go. You got to know right away.
Well, yeah, if you're facing a crackhead, it's supposed to be chill,
right? And you know what? Matt, there are plenty of crackheads that play these games, and they live up true to their names. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, my buddy streams fighting games, and I swear he's not a crackhead, but he fights like one. I swear.
That should be the motto of everybody that plays these games. Learn to fight like a crackhead, and you'll be in good shape.
Well, I played Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast in 1999 when it came out. It was my favorite game ever. I played it constantly. I went through all the modes, and then I had a party, and I invited people over, and I was like, I'm going to do really good. I thought to myself, nope. All the people beat me. I'm like, what are you doing? And they weren't even doing amazing moves or stuff. I was getting so frustrated. I was like, forget this. Yeah. I mean, you can enjoy fighting games without going online, though.
Yeah.
But I feel like playing with friends is along the same lines of playing Mario Party. It can ruin friendships, too.
Oh, yeah.
My
brother hated playing with me because I always got him on. Come on, play, because I knew I was.
Yeah, I still got to play Matt Injustice.
I haven't touched that game in a while, so you might have a chance.
I like Injustice. I actually would say I did play Injustice. I did I played it for the story though.
Injustice is hard.
Oh, yeah. After the first one, I had to play the second one for the story. The first one was so much fun.
Yeah, I played it for the story.
We need to see a fight between Mad Matt and Saggy Melons. And I have it for PlayStation 4 too.
In the game or in real life, because I think the odds in real life is better than in a game. I like my odds in real life as opposed to a game.
Oh, wow. Okay. In real life.
Yeah, I can take him. I see the muscles, but, I got some guns, too.
You got some guns? Well,
I got some guns. Yeah, you can't see them there because
you got blanks loaded in those guns.
I am a big guy. He used to
I don't know that foxy mask. I don't know. I got to give the edge to Matt.
We'll see if Matt can prepare for it. He'll take you because then he'll start working out and get ready for that date of the fight. I think he could. I've seen him when he was doing lots of workouts. He basically came to the stream listening. I just got out there.
Yep.
Listen,
jacked.
No, in real life, this is how I'm gonna beat Matt in a real life street fight, right?
Process.
Yes, it's step by step. First step: wear a very non-functional, provocative outfit for the fight.
Okay.
Because that's what we do.
Dino, are you listening?
And then 2, I have to make sure I set my jiggle mechanics to maximum. That way, I know for a fact I'll win the match.
Okay.
That's all I have to do. Skip
All
the
right.
outfit.
My bet's on Saggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Distraction.
that's gonna be complicated, man.
Anyone who's listening to this, just know jiggle mechanics always win every fight.
Wow.
Every fight.
I don't know. Chat. Whoever's in the chat, who do you think will win?
Jiggle mechanics. That's all I'm saying.
That's what that's what the title of today's episode should be called. Jiggle mechanics.
Jiggle mechanics.
Anyone wants to know how tall you are,
We would have got more viewers if we
Wait,
did
what
that.
did you say, Matt?
Anna wants to know how tall you are in the chat.
I'm
Didn't
5'4".
you say you were 5'4"? I was gonna say last
Wait, she said that? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 5'4".
5'4".
Yeah. But jiggle mechanics make me
Jiggle.
taller.
I don't know what you mean by. What are you gonna do with jiggle mechanics? What are you gonna do?
They'll make me taller.
What?
Yeah.
That's a special power. What's your special
Yeah,
power?
that's a special move.
What's your special power, Matt?
I get angry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I have that special
No.
ability.
Matt has got Hulk mechanics. So there you go.
Freaking.
The power of jiggle compels you.
Oh wow.
Zeno, what do you I'm asleep? What do you have to add to the conversation, Zeno, about PlayStation? What have you been playing on PlayStation? I honestly I got Avengers because of Zeno, and then I never played them because I forgot to add them on my PlayStation. I got to add people. I'm always on my Xbox. I'm never on my PlayStation because it's in the bedroom, and I got to add them.
See, I told you.
See, yeah.
Can't talk to her anymore.
He has jiggle mechanics. She knows. She knows the power of the jiggle mechanic.
We're getting firsthand from Zeno about
at the same time.
I'll be on. Listen, I can't lie. It's a power that's distracted me my whole life is jiggle mechanics. So if that's in use, I don't know I don't know how I'd handle that. No.
I think it's hilarious because I've had this debate with so many people.
Jiggle mechanics?
No, just women in fighting games in general. Because I don't know if you guys remember the huge outrage with the new Mortal Kombat game that came out that they changed the design of the characters and they changed their costume designs, and people are mad because they're like,
I was pissed.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Logically speaking, realistically speaking,
right.
Real fighting women don't wear clothes like that. Those are not practical outfits.
Right, especially when you're getting your insides ripped out.
Right, you're literally wearing. I mean, I know that's the argument too. It's like, oh, you're ripping people. I'm like, true, but at the same time, you're not wanting to make the game be a little bit more realistic, and focus on the fighting and less on the boobies. Was like, was like the big thing for me. It's like, it's fine. You've got.
They did make. Well, let's be honest. They did make Melina a little too sexy for Mortal Kombat 11.
They did.
Did you see her face though?
That's part of her character though. Is like, oh, you're like, who's this? And then
she has the mask.
Right. Exactly.
That was the point. That I could see Melina because that was the point. Because you see this sexy character and they see her face, you're like, oh my. Like beer goggles. Hold on. Maybe if I had a few shots, maybe. But
maybe, yeah.
but I feel like
just
it's like,
a few though. You only need a few shots, and you'll be all right.
Right. I just feel like the outrage was way too over dramatic. It's like, guys, functionally speaking, women who are fighters would smartly wear proper clothing so they can freaking fight and not have to worry about a nip slip.
I also think it's because they're focused on Mortal Kombat, not just the gaming as a whole property, and we're going to get another Mortal Kombat movie to try and coincide with that. Like they also, Mortal Kombat 11 is not as fast as Mortal Kombat 10,
Oh, absolutely not. And it's
I mean,
Right.
still not
it's totally
realistic.
slow when you compare it to the original Mortal Kombat games. Oh my god, it's like it takes like an eternity to pull stuff off in comparison.
Xeno's playing Cyberpunk 2070. Is that on a base PS4? Are you still enjoying it, or is it problematic? Xeno, I saw some of your vids.
My boss played it, is playing it on PS4, and I asked him the same question. He said it's a little buggy, but it's not buggy to the point where it's still not enjoyable. He said
Okay.
I don't know, man. There's been you've seen the outcry on Twitter. Like they're like, okay, we'll do refunds, and then freaking Sony took it
Well,
off.
Xeno didn't ask for a refund. He's still playing it.
Well,
so.
that's because
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's some small
right,
majority.
but that's because this game was hyped up for a while now.
Oh
and
yeah,
when people finally got it, they expected it to be like, you took all this extra time to work on this game, and you get it, and it still has.
They
so many
expected
problems.
it. They expected it to be next level on, beyond just another game. They actually expected it to like transcend the genre, and it didn't. So it's
Right. Well, I mean, it also was planned for the new generation console more so than the other one. But that's the thing they like to do when they're coming out with new games, and they realize that a new generation console is coming soon. Is they'll try to release it for the previous gen and next gen, and sometimes like they did that with Destiny. With Destiny, when it first came out, they released it for 360 and they released it for Xbox One.
Mhm.
So I mean, it happens, and I didn't see a difference between the two. But at the same time, we're talking about the new generation consoles versus the ones we have now, which are a lot more advanced than like when the Xbox One came out in 360. There wasn't much of a huge difference, in my opinion, as far as gameplay.
My problem is I have these big games that I'm looking forward to. Like I have Cyberpunk. I was having fun, and I stopped, and I haven't went back. And I go back to my old, like when I have time, I want to just relax and get right into gameplay, like action. So I just go back to shooters and racing games and platformers and stuff so I can do real quick and then get off. Let me see. Reviews don't matter. Yeah, it's all, I mean, people did it for the clicks on YouTube. Of course, it was the big story. CD Projekt Red. I don't like saying it to all these developers. Look, it's different if a game comes out and it's crap and it's not pushing anything. Like it's just broken and they're not trying to make a epic game.
Well, yeah, I mean, either way, it was gonna sell. I mean, it's like if you released the Avengers game when Avengers Endgame came out, that would have like made a lot more money compared to what it did now because that game was complete shit.
Well, I still enjoy it, but I tried to get back into it. Xeno, also the Avengers, and I think there's the mechanics are great. Like Thor and stuff. It's the best playing Thor I've ever played in a video game. Captain America, it's great.
I just didn't like the models and the voices. That just bothered me. It just
they look good to me.
I thought Captain America was jacked, and his voice did not fit. I don't know. It just didn't sound. It just sounded weird. He had a super deep voice.
Well, CD Projekt Red. I know there was that controversy about it. I don't think they had a choice because they didn't have like alternating. This is like the whole company, one game for how many years? They got to a point where it's like, we need to release this to keep going. Yeah. Like we need to start to have some money coming in. How many years can you sit on one game if your developer doesn't have another game they're working on release? How do you keep money coming in?
Right, but that's not an excuse to push a game.
No, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying they delayed it like how many times. It's different if a big publisher that has multiple sources of income delays it, whereas a company that's focusing on one game. It's not an excuse. I'm just saying,
Max,
I don't see where they could get around it.
Max,
they had to release a product.
Yeah. Max, I gotta ask you, since we're talking about new games and stuff like that, I gotta ask you, man, are you gonna get Peprium for Sega Genesis?
Oh, I know about that game. Yes, I want it, but that is a little. Well, I didn't. Here's the story with that game. You know, Zod Rider, there was big controversy. It was like a Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, it took like 8 years for it to come out. Now it's finally available.
So
I know the story.
Had to pay the Kickstarter. I wasn't going to pay. I don't like to do Kickstarters for stuff, even though it looked interesting, because it was also like over $100. And now I have to research what it's going for now.
It's going for I believe 139 right now on their website. I was considering it, but my problem is I'd have to get a Sega Genesis to play it. I don't have a Sega Genesis right now.
Yes.
So
well, I can confirm that the Mega what is it called? The Retron, just Sega Genesis only console is really good. So that's what I would play on if I.
It doesn't play on the Retron though, man.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
I'll screw that then.
You need original Sega Genesis hardware to play this game, and it has some sort of new chip in it that requires you to have an actual Sega Genesis.
I still have my old Genesis somewhere.
Yeah, I would have to pick one up in order to play this game, and this game is so expensive. I don't know.
I mean, it looks great, but I also seeing actual gameplay. I don't think it's like.
Yeah, it's just another fighting game, like in the style of like Final Fight or Streets of Rage.
But it is in that genre, like me and Zodrider's zone, where it's like the best, some really good sprite work.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing. Yeah, the sprites look incredible. Mm-hmm. I'd actually be more impressed if the game came out for Neo Geo.
Well, there's a company that still releases Neo Geo.
Yeah.
NG Dev Team. Okay, you guys don't know what the hell.
We all got quiet.
Max, you and I are on a totally different level right now. It's
I mean, we're old school gamers. Like the Neo Geo was, I mean, like when you talk to compare it to now, where if Microsoft actually fulfilled what they said they were going to do and have the most powerful console on the market, that's what SNK and Neo Geo was in the 90s. It was the most powerful console. It was arcade perfect in the home. Actually, it's not even comparable today. It was such a leap ahead of the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. So, yeah, video game nerds in the 90s pined for this thing. I remember going to the game store, and I just like knew I couldn't even ask my parents. They're like, "What the hell are you thinking?" It was like they had on a top shelf where people can't even reach it. $200 a game.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
On a quick side note, Saggy Melons peer pressured me, and I finally got a Oculus Quest.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll be using that. Should be coming in like what, next week? Yeah, sometime next week.
Yes.
That is
great,
awesome. Yes.
Ah,
Are we gonna see you hiding behind closets and under beds and stuff on live streams?
Yeah. I'm gonna stream this Phasmophobia game, this ghost hunting game in VR. I'm gonna start doing that and see how
That's
that
gonna
is.
be great for your channel too.
Yes, because I think it's going to be interesting because I watched one of your streams when you were playing it with your friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh boy, if he plays this on VR, I can't wait because I know firsthand you're going to be like, this is completely crazy because it's going to feel so different for you. And I'm going to be like,
because I can't look away. I'm freaking still in the game.
Right. Well, I mean, what I do is I close my eyes if I'm really too scared, or I take my I'll take my headset off a little bit. I haven't done a VR game since that Paranormal Activity one. I don't know. Oh, that game really gave me a.
Is there a game that we could see you two play together, compete or something, a VR game?
I'm gonna get the Oculus Quest so we could all do this, so we could all team up and do some kind of play some kind of VR.
I think
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, well, Beat Saber you could play with your friends and you could see them in game. You could create your avatar. That's cool, and you guys would love you would love Beat Saber. I know you would.
I played Beat Saber on my wife's VR for a little bit. It was fun.
Beat Saber is really fun, and there's more you could do on the Oculus with it than there's more songs available. So yeah, I mean, Beat Saber would be a good one.
Oh god, the Star Wars games alone make the Oculus look amazing.
Well, so they have Star Wars games on the PSVR. They're not that great. They're really not that great. The Spider-Man game on there was awful. Like the only cool part of it was you could web sling, but that was it. Like it was very. I think they did it just to test like the whole like concept of making a Spider-Man. But the web swinging was the only thing that was fun about it. It was really poorly made. Like the buildings and stuff didn't look that great. The monster you fought was really like old school 90s Tomb Raider boxy looking. It's
Oh
just
my god.
but
That's
it was the web slinging was the only fun part. That was it. I was like, dude, that was the only thing about that was enjoyable.
Zeno says we kill the podcast
It's over.
when we talk about retro.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I think I see a little part of Matt die when we go hardcore retro. I was like, oh god.
Well, no, retro games are good to talk about because if it wasn't for the retro games, we wouldn't have the games we had today.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, you can't not talk about video games today and not talk about the games that paved the way for what we have now, because we have come a long way. But I'm telling you, you can be a gamer, you can be nasty at shooting people in a game. Go back and play friggin' Mario Brothers 3. I still can't beat the friggin' final stage. Okay, I play Apex Legends. I play all kinds of nasty, hard games that, dude, nothing is hard. Is hard.
That would be a cool
Nintendo game.
series, Saggy. A Twitch gamer goes back to retro series.
Yeah, well, I have a Nintendo Classic, and I was so excited, and then I realized, like, these games are fun, but they're also so hard because you don't have the luxury of free movement. You know, that's a hindrance. You can only move in certain directions. You have to really. You have to
It's so
time
funny.
yourself.
It's so funny, Max, because when we'd say that he says retro games kill podcasts, but Peprium is not a really a retro game. It's a new game. It just came out.
Well,
Retro games will always be the legends.
that's right. That's right.
Castlevania.
I was looking to see anything else. Well, anything else that you're into, geek-wise, watching or anything?
Geek-wise watching? Like, what do you mean?
Like any shows you're watching, movies?
Oh god, I still need to watch Cobra Kai. I haven't
Oh
started.
my god!
Oh
Bro,
God,
Yeah, you guys would be very
Cobra
disappointed.
Kai. This was a great season of Cobra Kai. Fantastic.
Did you hear what the LA Times said about Cobra Kai?
Oh, I know. I think I saw. I think I know where you're going, Say, because I didn't
Uh-oh.
look at the video.
Uh-oh.
But I saw.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
what I'm talking about on
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, that made me legitimately mad. So side note, they said that Cobra Kai, in a nutshell, was too white. They didn't have enough ethnicity, and I'm just like side eyeing them, like, you understand that Karate Kid is all about Asian culture, right? Like that's the whole premise of the show, like karate, the origins of karate. You have Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah,
Japan.
idiots.
It's just-
Idiots. That's what we got
telling
there.
you, I'm
Idiots.
telling you.
It's just the same people. It's all a bunch of people on the internet trying to get clicks. It's the same.
I hate it.
But everyone's in on it. The anti-woke and the woke
I
article
hate
get
it.
100 times the clicks.
They do it with video games
They
too.
say about everything. It's also complaining about everything being woke too. It's the same thing.
And that, you know what makes me mad though, and it's relevant to gaming, because I know it's a gaming podcast, but it's like they've done it in gaming. Resident Evil 5, when that game came out, and everyone was outraged that they were killing zombies that were of were African, not even African American. And I'm like sitting there like, they are in freaking Africa. What kind of people are you going to find in Africa? Like, you're not gonna. And it made me so mad because of the outrage. They actually changed some of the zombies to look like Asian people. I'm like, what? You don't go into like African villages and see people, just regular, not African people in these little towns that they were in. They're like, no, you can't have Chris Redfield going around shooting African people. I'm like, they're in freaking Africa. What? The zombies are infecting the African people. What? Why? Am I the only one that doesn't get it? Like,
I've been in this game so much talking about. My friends are always a lot of my friends like to go, and Zeno too. It's a pet peeve. I don't want to put too much on you, Zeno, but pet peeve where things get discussed about more representation and stuff. But it's just a game. It's just a circular game. The people the people online talk about being woke. It's just to get clicks. No one really cares about.
No one cares. Right.
Except promoting it. It was just they just saw someone put spin on it and wanted clicks.
And
and they know exactly what they're doing, and it's
Right.
working.
it blows
because
my
they-
mind.
Because there's a popular product, Cobra Kai. What can I say that's going to get 10 times the clicks?
Right.
Oh, it's no one really.
Well, yeah, a lot of people do that, and it sucks because it's like all the false information gets the most views.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
That's the whole problem with the internet right now.
Right.
That's why I'm not for censorship, but they're also I don't promote censorship, no. But there's so much info that's out there that's bad that's popular. Bad info is popular.
Yeah, it's weird.
Bad in spamming the
Yeah,
same.
bad info and conspiracy theories that have been brought to the forefront that people think is the truth.
They get spread the fastest, and then the repetition too. Like, oh, if I hear it more, it must be true.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Well,
because
that's what they say about human beings. If you hear something often enough, whether it's true or not, you start to believe it.
right.
It
That's
gets
the
heads
problem,
of people.
because
Yeah,
factual content is low in Google and YouTube and
Yeah.
everywhere. Bad content
Like
gets spread fastest and is repeated the most, where people believe. That's the honest problem.
you can tell someone exactly how something's going to play out, and they're not going to click your video.
Right.
Versus like something that's like, it sounds great, sounds amazing. Let me
right.
listen.
Basically, it's like this. It's like when you're
you're-
telling people what they believe anyway,
wanna
and you're
hear.
telling people what they want to hear. That's what people are going to gravitate
Yeah.
to. Unfortunately, we're living in a world where it's all about an echo chamber. Nobody wants to hear that they were wrong. Nobody wants to be, they all want what they believe to be reinforced. And that's the problem.
Drama sells. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Drama sells. Like, it literally, at the end of the day, nobody wants to hear that you're doing good at all. They don't want to hear good things. They want to hear bad things because it allows them to take a break from whatever crappy stuff they're dealing with to fight with somebody else about something that at the end of the day isn't really that relevant. And it's like, it blows my mind. That's why I got so mad with that LA Times post. Cobra Kai is amazing. I feel it very much represents other cultures. I think that we were way blowing that out of proportion. I think it's an amazing show.
Season 3, that's not a spoiler. They go to Japan to
Right.
Yeah.
fully embrace the culture.
They literally shot in Okinawa. They literally went to Okinawa. So it's like these people, you can't see me because I'm on camera, but I'm doing air quotes right now. Just imagine me in air quotes. These white creators
In your
of the
fox
show.
mask.
Yes, my fox. Thank you,
I'm doing it
Max.
for you.
Thank you. So these white creators of the show that aren't representing these cultures, they are fans of the show. Okay, you don't gotta do the air quotes anymore. Thank you, Max. I appreciate you. But these are fans of the original franchise, and they've done their research. They've made sure that they are respecting everyone's culture, making sure they bring factual stuff to it. And I don't think any of those people of ethnicity that are part of the cast or the staff have any problems with this show and feel they are being properly represented. So I'm like, bro, I had to go on that rant because that was my biggest pet peeve of like this week is like, Cobra Kai is amazing. Mad Matt, you need to get on that. If I talk to you again on another stream and you tell me I didn't finish at least one season of Cobra Kai, I'm gonna get on your butt. I will literally.
I should be starting tomorrow. I should be starting it tomorrow.
We are gonna stream it together.
You'll
and watch
binge
it
the
together.
whole thing. I'm telling you, you'll binge the whole thing.
Yeah, you will.
I'm 100% doing it because I like even with previous seasons, I had to watch the whole thing through. I can't just.
Did your dad watch it either?
No, I think he's waiting on me.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do a video on it.
So
or
not
something.
only are you taking your time to watch this amazing work, you're making it so your father has to wait to watch this
But
amazing
they might
thing.
be waiting for content focus too, to align it with, so they can have fun of watching it, but also you got to be a YouTuber.
Oh, it's so great. It's so great, man. You guys are gonna love it, and you guys are gonna do some fantastic videos on it. Oh my god!
Yeah, I can't wait
Such
to
a
talk
great
about it.
show.
I can't wait to talk about it with you. Hurry up!
Watch it again.
I really should, but I'm watching.
What about that game, Zodrider? You brought up the game. Have you looked into it? Is it bad or?
I don't have the game yet. I'm gonna eventually get it though.
It's on sale. I saw it for like
Wait, what game?
25.
Cobra Kai.
They have a game?
But
Yeah.
it's not like it's like a generic company. It's not like a main. So I don't know about the actual quality of it. I'm not sure.
Generic companies can come out with some magic sometimes.
Yeah. So.
I would watch Cobra Kai again, but I'm watching Lupin right now.
Okay, this is where you lose me. Talking about hardcore.
Are you
anime.
talking about the new movie that just? Did you see the new movie that just came out, Lupin, the first?
Oh no, this is a French film. It's a TV show actually. It's just called Lupin. And
okay, so is it based off of the anime character?
No, it's not based off the anime. It's Lupin's based off of the French book, Lupin.
Thief. Lupin the Third, the Thief. Yeah.
So this Lupin he read the book, and that's what kind of made him become who he is. But the way they start the first episode, I was very confused, and they kind of dropped the ball on you, and it like not drop the ball. Sorry, they just dropped the bomb of like so. Just to give you guys a quick synopsis so you understand. So Lupin is this guy. You see him talking to his, I think, ex-wife or whoever the mother of his child. And he's like, yeah, I got this job as a janitor at this exhibit with all these fancy, expensive artworks and jewelry. And he's like, well, where are you going to see your son? So he kind of makes it seem like he's kind of like a dad, not a good father, and that he's trying to get kind of better his life and help out his family. And then you see him with these criminals who apparently he owes money to. He gave the money that they gave him to his wife or ex-wife, whatever. They kind of rough him up, and he's like, listen, I just got this new job as a janitor. There's this necklace that's worth millions. We can steal it. And he recruits these guys to help him steal it. So now you're in this mindset of okay, this guy is going to be interesting. Maybe this is how he becomes this thief, because the name of the show is Lupin. You find out a little bit of backstory about his father, falsely accused of stealing the same necklace he's stealing. And then you're just like, wait, what's going on? And then, not to spoil too much, but it throws you for a real curveball towards the end. And you're just like, oh my God, I got to watch more of this. I want to see where this goes. It's it was surprisingly.
It is a little cheesy though. I will admit that. People say, I love the series. It's very enjoyable. It's a soap opera, really.
You've seen the Lupin?
Oh, I'm going back to Cobra Kai. I'm sorry. I was looking on Twitter, and then listen, Saggy. I got memory problems. Sometimes I'm doing something else, and I go back. I'm like, are we still talking about Cobra Kai?
I love you, Max.
No, we're talking about Lupin. I don't know what the hell Lupin is. I was going back to Cobra Kai. I'm sorry.
Cobra Kai.
I was trying to multitask, and that's what happened. Don't choke, Matt.
I'm dying.
I was looking at Twitter. I was looking at trying to find stuff. I was looking at some retweets of stuff.
Max had a real life old man moment. Like a real old guy moment, like an 80-year-old man moment, where am I again?
Yeah, so back to Cobra Kai.
I'm dying. But
You're the one that talked, man. I heard you're an old dude. I think you told me. Yeah.
It's funny because Max was just sitting there, and then he chimed in. I was like, "Wait, I thought you haven't seen this." And then he's like, "Oh, we're talking about Cobra Kai."
I was confused too because I thought you saw it.
He saw it.
I saw it.
Boston accents coming through, guys. Bostonian and me's coming out.
Yeah, that's Max.
I'm sorry, I derailed the conversation again.
No, that was great because I would have just rambled on. So you did me a favor.
I was looking at something, and then I was like, "Oh, we're talking about Cobra Kai," and then I was like, "Oh, I was going to talk about the cheesiness, but it's still good, and it's still but action."
Well, I was on board. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check out Lupin now.
No, you would like Lupin's on. I feel like we have a lot of common interests when it comes to certain shows. I think this show would be something you'd be into. It's French again, dubbed in English.
Awesome.
The English dubbing's pretty good, but you would so good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're past the hour mark. If you haven't checked out Lupin, watch Lupin. Where is it? Is it on Netflix or?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I just
I think I saw
started.
you, didn't you tweet about it? I could have swore I saw you tweet about it.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
tweeted about it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review. I don't know what kind of video I'm making next. I've been kind of like, you know.
Well, how many episodes are there?
I honestly didn't even check. I'm on episode 3 right now.
Oh, you're on episode 3. Okay.
Yeah, I just started. I love it
So then
far.
it won't take long to catch up to where you are then, because it's
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Oh, Zeno's watching it. He said it was great. Zeno's been watching all the same stuff I recommend, and Zeno's been enjoying most of it. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
Thanks,
Mario.
Zeno. Thanks for supporting the PlayStation Plus podcast in my show. Come back tonight. We'll have another hot one.
Wait, you have a show, Max? What is this? I hear you have a show.
The show is
Yes,
new.
it's called Mad Max on politics. Yes. Tonight.
Well, honestly, listen. Besides where you fall on politics, I actually think the big problem is people don't want to talk about it. Like, your view's different. Go away to people you agree with. I don't like that. So
I wouldn't say it's people don't want to talk about it. It's more like the people who don't understand what.
I think that's why
about.
both sides extremes, without getting real political here, because this is Matt's channel, both extremes get annoyed with the opposing opinion on both sides, and then just go back to the like-minded individuals and don't really talk about it. I'm going to tell you what a lot of people are feeling, maybe not what you want to hear.
So
that's what.
Looks like it's about 5 episodes.
Okay,
Sounds good.
That's not bad. I feel like talking about politics, like talk about anything, any topic of opinion, or you just gotta first know what you're talking about, have some facts to back up your claims, and not get mad when you hear something that you don't like or disagree with. You can agree to disagree and have a civil conversation, and everybody will be freaking fine in the world.
It's a sensitive world. Good luck.
I'm an optimist. Leave me alone.
It's easy to deal with someone like that's one-on-one. Not with
me and Zod had fun last night. We were rolling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's what we would like. I think me and Zod are like-minded brothers, where we like to have conversations that are a little, might go a little bit
right. But see, Max, that's what puts us in a different. That's what puts us in a different bracket. See, there's a lot of, and not to offend anybody, but there's a lot of cookie cutter podcasts and shows out there where people want to be in an echo chamber, and they don't want to talk about the tough things. They don't want to talk about the issues and things that are controversial, because they're so set in what they believe. But I think what's important is if you can challenge what you believe and you can challenge what other people believe, you have to be open to different points of view. And I think that's the biggest thing that we're struggling with now, where people are not open to other points of view. They see things their way and they don't want to even consider what's on the other side.
That's where you promote the Zod Rider show this Tuesday, Open Topic.
Yes, it's going to be this Tuesday. It's going to be Open Topic, and I always post the link when I post the show. I always post the link so that anybody can join. It's always
dangerous.
Welcome for people to jump on.
Open cage match.
Open.
Once you want to hear something funny? Once when I was when I was at my maddest, I tweeted out the link to the stream by accident instead of the actual video. That was fun. I even had people that dislike me.
All are welcome. That's my philosophy. Hey, listen, I'm open to different points of view. So when people want to come on and want to talk about, put things their way, hey, you have a right to your opinion. Go ahead. What happened? What?
Enosh.
Oh, well, he. See, the thing is that he kind of he's I don't know, man. I don't want to say anything about him on that level either, because it's one of those things where if you're really truly open to points of view and you really feel like your place is a place for everybody, like he likes to say, a place for nerds, quote unquote. But the thing of it is, he's got certain restrictions. He's got certain things, people and points of view that he has to adhere to now. So it's kind of, I don't know. But that's why my philosophy will always be that it's an open forum. You come on and you say what you have to say. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to respect your point of view, even if I disagree with you. And I feel like it's very important to be able to have those kinds of discussions.
Zod, I disagree.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'd love to hear your counter argument, Saggy. You're more than welcome Tuesday night.
My counter argument is you mentioned cookie cutters, and now I want cookies, so now I'm angry because I don't have cookies.
I know.
Listen, I love it, man. I feel like some lemon cookies right now. I want some cookies.
I want some Oreos right now.
I got the birthday cake Oreos. I love those, man. You ever have the birthday cake Oreos?
No, I didn't even know that's a thing. That's a freaking thing.
Oh, they're great.
Birthday cake Oreos.
They're like Oreos, and they have like birthday cake frosting instead of.
I've never seen that.
But
is that like a limited thing? Like a
no,
seasonal?
They're not limited. No, they're out there now.
But like, how are they in milk though?
Oh my God, fantastic, Saggy. Oh my God.
Yes, because I'm very picky with my
saggy.
cookies and milk.
They're saggy in the milk.
Saggy in the milk. I like my cookies pretty saggy.
Oh my God,
they're saggy. Yes.
What you tell me you don't like saggy?
I'm not. I'm just.
Saggy
I don't know.
Yeah. Why are you discriminating against saggy, Matt?
You're supposed to be representing all cookies here. You're not representing the cookies.
That's right. Proper cookie representation. Hey, at least we're not talking about pineapple.
That word just makes me cringe. I don't know. I think it's just saggy. It's just.
See, that's why I think I did saggy melons. It makes me.
I just call you melons.
Firm and hard cookies.
Wait, what?
Firm and hard cookies.
Firm and hard.
No, I don't like firm and hard cookies. I can't eat cookies.
Peanut butter Oreos. I've never even heard of peanut butter Oreos.
Peanut butter Oreos are interesting. They're like
you've had that.
They're unique.
Peanut butter better.
Yeah. It's a unique. It's almost like. It's like if you could take like a Reese's cup and you can convert it into like an Oreo. It's weird.
Well, but Matt, so you know how you just highlighted Zeno's comment?
I did.
So for context, because I saw the face, for context, we had this discussion in my Discord server about chocolate, like regular chocolate.
Yeah.
And my favorite is milk chocolate. I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate. I think it's too sweet. But I hate white chocolates. I think white chocolate is disgusting. So that's why he said be offended. It is disgusting. I don't care what
I can't remember. I don't
like
think I like white chocolate either.
Yeah, white chocolate just tastes too. It doesn't taste like chocolate to me.
I don't know. There's these white chocolate truffles that I really like. They're like these. I don't know. Hey.
White chocolate has a weird flavor for me. I just can't.
It does. I think it's very weird.
Yeah, it's not. It really shouldn't be called white chocolate. I'll give you that. It's got a unique texture to it.
Not even just don't call it chocolate. It doesn't even taste like
right.
chocolate.
I mean, they could call it something else.
They didn't earn that right.
Right.
To be called chocolate.
Max, do you like white chocolate?
Yeah, you're very quiet, Max. Speak up.
I am white chocolate. No, I prefer dark.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Wait, dark or milk chocolate?
Dark.
Oh.
The darker, the better.
Really? Dark chocolate's too rich for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
You like the caramel chocolate, the caramel colored chocolate?
Yeah, I like the milk chocolate.
Oh my God, we gotta kick her out of here. This is insane.
Wait, what?
Anna, I've never heard anyone say that.
Unusual chocolate. I don't know. I can't. I just it
this show kind of stopped being about video games. You realize that
it always does that.
It did in episode 1. I'm just kidding.
We're talking about. What do you mean, gamers like chocolate? We can talk about things gamers like.
We could call this episode "Gamer Chocolate."
Gamer chocolate.
I mean, it's better than talk about Mountain Dew and pizza rolls.
Hey, Mountain Dew is cool. Pizza rolls can go. Pizza's cool.
Pizza. Just don't start talking about pineapple on the pizza, right?
Why? Why? What's wrong with pineapple on pizza?
well,
Pineapple.
that creates controversy. When you start talking about pineapple on pizza.
If you cannot appreciate pineapple pizza.
Tomatoes a fruit. Pineapple's a fruit.
Sure.
Tomatoes.
Pineapple and ham together too. Oh boy.
Bacon. I like bacon, not ham. Well, I like ham, but I mean bacon. Bacon and pineapple is pretty good. Listen, salty sweet, man. Y'all gotta accept the pineapple pizza. It's salty and sweet. You can't have people having liking your little salted, your chocolate covered pretzels and be like, this is so good, but we can't put pineapple on pizza. It's salty sweet.
Man, you're comparing apples with oranges. Get out of here.
What? Listen. Get that out of here. It's delicious. You gotta embrace it. It's embrace it.
I'll eat pineapple and pizza separately. I do not like them together.
I'm gonna legit one of these days. I'm gonna
it's that kind of stream right now.
I'm gonna totally spike your pizza with pineapples and you won't even know it.
I'm gonna freaking die.
I'm gonna spike, and Zod too. We're gonna spike your pizzas with pineapples and you won't even notice it.
You just haven't had both pineapple pizza. Maybe you had the wrong person, wrong delivery place.
I feel like you guys are eating some really crappy quality pizza.
Right. Well, I mean, you're up there. I mean, it's probably better up there.
If you get a good pizza place that knows how to do it, pineapple, that's probably the differential.
I have had places where they've done a good job. It just depends on where you get it from.
And it feels like they just took a dough can and sprinkled it on the top of the pizza.
Yeah. You guys need to come up my way. We got we have gourmet pizzas, and pineapple pizza out here is freaking ridiculously amazing.
All right, you heard it here first. That's an invitation. We're coming up.
Come on.
We're gonna vlog.
Come on over to Boston whenever the pandemic's done. Another 5 or 6 years, when we're allowed to eat out and be normal. Boston.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that 5-6 years.
Right. Gee, yeah. 5 or 6 years. Yeah, bless your heart for believing that where this is going to be over in 5 or 6 months.
Well, Biden's in on the 20th. He's going to get it rolling, right?
Listen, wow. All I want is to go out.
It's going to be a night day, right?
Listen, I'm about to go to the White House right now and just be like, listen, I just want to be able to sit in my bubble tea restaurant and enjoy my bubble tea inside with my friends and not have to worry about being sick no more.
Okay.
Well, that's optimistic.
Bubble tea.
Yeah, bubble tea is amazing. So yeah, I mean, we're not talking about gaming anymore, but bubble tea is amazing.
Follow us on Twitch.
Pow.
That's been trying to end the show for 20 minutes.
I love that he put me up there. Yay.
Oh yeah, we're the only two people with Twitch. Max has it, but he doesn't do anything anymore.
I have it too. I
don't play stream the Twitch anymore because that was another benefit of playing for StreamYard. My whole YouTube paycheck. I got to a point where I was like, my whole YouTube paycheck is going to StreamYard. So why am I paying for it?
Yes, check us out.
Because the struggle is real for YouTubers. Support these guys and Twitchers. The struggle is real.
Look, can we get Matt to affiliate, please? Like he just needs 3 people in his three people in his streams for a certain duration, and he can get affiliate. It's really simple.
Anna's always there. She's always got me.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Just needs 3 people.
You need to go on Enosh's channel.
What do you mean?
When's the last time you've been on Enosh's?
Oh, I've never been on Enosh's channel.
There you go, man.
I haven't been on the Poindexter Lounge in a while.
I've never
either,
been in the
so
lounge.
I know.
Oh my God, Enosh is great.
He'll get you he'll get you over the mark. Or when we get Tommy Tallarico, we'll have to say, please promote his Twitch. He's almost an affiliate at the end of the month.
Oh, I could get him there. My friends, I'm telling you, the streaming community, if you really start making friends, that's how I got affiliate, because I started reaching out to a lot of people in the streaming community. Like, they push. Like, my friend Ryaki83, we have a little competition of, he does YouTube as well. My YouTube is doing better than his, but he's killing it on Twitch right now, so I can't even say nothing. But he pushed me. He helped push me, too. He's like, get the streaming community, you guys, do it. We'll get you there.
That's a goal for this month. This month we're gonna make it happen. We only need 3.
Yeah, I
by
only
the end of
wanted it for the
January.
emojis.
Yeah. I'm already past like every other milestone. It's just the viewer, the viewer hold. That's all I need.
I only wanted it for the custom emojis. I still have to work on.
I still want it for that too. I have the emojis just sitting there. They're just waiting.
Right.
This is our goal of this show. Spread the word about Mad Matt. Actually, make a tweet. Mad Matt will share it. That'll help. Make a tweet. I'm almost at. Help me get my Twitch goal, and then I'll retweet it.
Yeah, just be like, I'm almost at affiliate. Most and tag Twitch streamers like to help each other out. That's what I love about the Twitch community. They do like to help each other out because affiliate's the easiest thing to get. It's partners. You got partners is hard because then
Partners,
partners you need 75 average viewers, and that's like ridiculous.
Yeah, that's.
All right. So I do also have things to do too. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Thrilling discussion. Come on, it's about supporting the content creators.
We're talking about chocolate.
No one asked you to pay anything yet. Zeno told me, yeah, go ahead, put super chats out. I'll never pay you though. That's what he told me the one day. I was like, thanks a lot, brother.
I try to give a few bucks to super chats, but yeah, we should probably end it because apparently Max has life things to do.
I told my parents.
We're not important enough.
No, I have errands to do. My parents don't leave the house because of all this. So I have errands. I have to pick up medicine.
Aww.
And other things.
You're a good son. That's adorable.
Thanks.
Can you pick me up some medicine too while you're out?
What kind?
Like oxys or something?
Oh no.
Any white chocolate you can find.
Not the good stuff. Okay, you're not picking up the good stuff. Damn.
I said I'm not. I know we're just joking around with that. It makes me sad too because I just had a friend that passed. I know we're just joking about it, but he had a problem with stuff. And recently,
way to make me feel like an asshole. No, thank you.
No, I'm just like that's where I was like, no.
Now
I'm just like,
feel bad.
No, I know you were being serious. Well, I was like, I wasn't thinking about it, and then I just thought about it. I'm like,
God damn it, Max. See, thank you for having me. Yeah.
No, don't feel bad. I shouldn't even share that. I sometimes say what's on my mind too much, and I was like, no, but be safe all across the board with everything you're doing. That's all I'm saying. I understand people do things. It's fun to joke about. I'm just saying.
This always freaking happens to me. I will say something that's a joke.
Bad now.
No, it always happens. I will say it's the worst time.
No, I just found out today. That's why it's on my mind.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
Too soon, Melons.
It always happens to me.
Well, I didn't share that info to anyone, so she would. There's no way she could have known her. And I'm not like you can't talk about certain things. I was just like, that's why I immediately was like, oh.
No, like dead ass. I have the worst timing when it comes to shit like that.
I've actually had like every time I watch something or I think of something, all of a sudden like the next day someone brings it up. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, how do you even know about that? That's just
crazy. I actually
timing of things is
to be honest, this stream helped me get out of my. I was thinking about canceling today. I was just like, then I had a lot of fun. And then I completely forgot about it for a second, you know.
And then I reminded you. No, I'm an awful person.
No. I mean, there is some truth that all this chaos in the world is putting people. We do need to lift people's spirits up, you know. So it is important to reach out to people, have friends, talk to people, and this was. He fell back in the habits when we were in high school that he had, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. I've had friends and family experience that, so I know firsthand. So I get you.
It's weird. It's sad. He's got daughters. Oh boy. All right. So subscribe.
Yeah,
jeez, how do we don't need to end on that.
Yeah, and on that note,
I really effed
goodbye, everybody.
I really effed up the end of the show.
We love you, Max.
Follow us on Twitch.
Oh God.
Again, guys.
What I will say is take care of, reach out to people that you haven't talked to, friends for a while. That's all. Because I wish I would have talked to them. Honestly, that's just a positive thing to say for anyone. for me and my friend, I wish I would have called him recently or something. So reach out to someone that you haven't thought of in a while and make it a positive thing. That's all.
Yes.
That's a positive note. Reach out to someone today that you were thinking about and that you haven't, because everyone does that. Oh, I haven't talked to this person well, and then I'll get to it. Don't wait. That's all I'm saying. Because it's across the board. There's so much. The world's crazy right now. Reach out to someone. That's a positive note, okay? Spin it positive.
You guys have a great one. We'll be on the Mad Max channel next week for episode 15 of PlayStation Plus podcast. Melons will hopefully be there.
Zeno's not going to be there.
Zod's a staple. Zod will hopefully be there.
I'll be there. I'll be there for sure. Absolutely.
Hopefully. Oh, I do. Never mind. I'll save that for after.
And you guys are gonna join me this Tuesday for the Zod Rider show, right?
I do want to. I honestly can't commit to it because the week is my work sucks. So when I get out of work, I intend to do things YouTube wise during the week.
Well, I'll send you the link if you can make it. If you can make it, great. If you can't, I'll send all you guys a link. If you guys want to jump on, it's going to be a free for all open show. So
cool.
Yes.